I wish that me and Brandon talked and he reassured me. But right now, I decide not to think about the fights that we have. Instead, I think about being happy with him. How when he hugs me, I feel butterfly in my stomach. And I know that our love is real. So I'm going to marry him.
What's going on, people? What's going on? Sometimes I wish people listened to themselves. Sometimes I wish people listen to the voice inside of their head. Sometimes I wish people listen to their gut feeling. Sometimes I wish people could project their subconscious feeling over the conscious feeling. And I say this because Mary says that she should be having that she needs to have a conversation with Brandon. But instead of having it, she's like, I'll just get married to him first. That is one of the most common red flags that people do. Common mistakes that people do. And then once they get married, they wonder, why are we in this position of such difficulty? It's because you both avoided, or one of us avoided. No, you both avoided that conversation. I don't think there's ever a case of where, well, you avoided me in that situation. No. If you're trying to conversate with somebody and they are avoiding you, what do? Do you marry them, or do you postpone the marriage? Or do you confront them and put them in a corner and say, listen, we're going to talk about this now, otherwise we're done. You can always make someone have a conversation that you want to have. The way you make them have it, obviously, needs to be, applicable. It can't be, physical. You know what I mean? But the point being is that going into a marriage, knowing that there are certain things that you haven't ironed out, there's certain creases that you haven't spoke about that need to be ironed out. Why the hell do people still go into a marriage? And then once they go into a marriage, a few weeks later, a few months later, depends, or sometimes even a few days later, they're having an argument about that thing that they tried to iron out before the marriage. No. Iron out your shiz and then get married. If you are not on the same page at the fact that you want to talk about something, why waste your time? And to be honest with you, depending on who you're with, sometimes even when you iron things out, you've got to give it time to make sure that those things have actually been changed as well. Because once someone marries you, to be honest with you, they can more than happily not change whatever you spoke about, or go back to how they were, because they're like, well, I got you now. If you know, you know. So yeah, but end of the day, when it comes to Mary and Brandon, one of the issues that we've had is that whenever Brandon has tried to iron things out with Mary's never wanted to listen. She starts crying and playing victim. And then whenever Brandon wants to speak, whenever Mary wants to speak to Brandon then kind of pretends to listen, but he's not really listening. And I say that because each time they have a conversation, Brandon will be like, okay, yeah, I understand, blah, 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 blah. But then the following week, they're back to the same conversation again and the same argument again, which tells me that when it comes to these two and how they make each other feel, they both clearly don't care, because they both want to repeat Groundhog Day about the same shiz time and time after again. And the fact that they're married now has made things worse. Well. And then we have this next bit.
Came here with a chip on my shoulder towards Mary, and in the course of being here, my perception has changed. She has, to making this marriage with my son a success, means more to me than anything in the world.
When Brandon's mom came to the Philippines, a lot of people, myself included, felt like she was there to stir the pot. But she didn't end up stirring the pot. She ended up pretty much being a part of the pot. And she's pretty much egged on the relationship to happen, okay? All right, cool. I don't see the point of this woman, to be honest with you. She didn't do anything to help this relationship. At first I thought that she did, but she didn't. Because, her responsibility in my eyes, which I don't want to contradict myself because I don't necessarily believe in this, but I feel like sometimes it can be subjective depending on the situation. And I feel like in this situation, this should have been the situation where Brandon's mother did what she could to stop this freaking wedding. She had a conversation with both Mary and Brandon literally about two episodes ago, I think, or maybe 3 episodes ago, right? And she spoke about how Brandon is hurting because she wasn't there for him. And then she spoke about how Mary was hurting because her family wasn't there for her. And then last week, her and Mary even have a one-to-one where Mary apologizes. You see what I'm saying? So my point being is that Brandon's mother knows that these two are both broken people. And she also knows because they are both broken people, they are both people who need individual help, which is something that she also spoke about as well. So with that being said now, Brandon's mom really and truly should have really pushed the narrative of, listen, Do not get married, okay, until you have both figured out your shit, until you have both gone and got your help, the help that you need individually, and then you obviously come together as well at the same time. Make sure that you're both good together, because if you continue the way you're going, then boy, it's not going to look good. And let's be real, for some people, even when they go and seek help from a counselor or therapist or whatever, for some people, it still takes them a while to actually come around, to actually, process, to actually become a better person. When I say take them a while, it could take them years. It really depends on the person. Do you see what I'm saying? And also how stubborn they are and how hard their war is, all those things. There's so many variables towards it, right? So when we're looking at it and we're looking at the situation with Brandon and Mary now, these are two people that if they go, they need a lot of therapy sessions, in my opinion. They need a lot of it to really be able to find themselves and be better people for themselves as well as for each other. So the fact that his mum thought, just because they're both on the same page in terms of the fact that they're both open about their struggles and they're both open to relate to them, that doesn't mean a single goddamn thing if neither one of them have even started the process of doing better. So this is where Brandon's mum failed a lot, and also tells me how she just truly doesn't even know her own son. I feel like I know her son more than she does, because I would have flat out said, listen, son, I know what I put you through. And to be honest with you, I probably still don't know you as much as I should know you. But one thing that I can say is that you need help, just the way I needed help, but just in a different way. And I know that based on my own experiences of going to rehab, which is obviously how I'm speaking as if from her, right? Obviously, I've never been to rehab, don't get twisted, you know what I'm saying? I know that it took me a very, very long time to finally come around and be a better person and to be here for you. If I had done it sooner or if I had worked it quicker, maybe I could have been here for you a long time ago. But point being is that it took her a very long time to finally better herself. So she knows that bettering yourself doesn't always happen overnight. It doesn't happen like that. And she knows that because she wasn't bettering herself, she was always in a position where she was pushing herself away more and more from her son, and also he was, just what I'm saying, she knew what it was doing to her relationship with her son every step of the freaking way. So, and she knew, my apology, no. So she knew how long it took, and she knew that the longer she took to repair herself, the further her son was going to get away from her, right? Now, she may have known this at the time, but she knows this now. So she should know that her son going to therapy and Mary going to therapy is something that's going to take them both a very long time, and it's something that they both need to do before they even venture into a marriage. Well, I mean, the kid part, I guess that was too late. So Brandon's mum, for me personally, has probably been the biggest disappointment of the season. I was expecting her to come in and really, really shake things up and really kind of put both Brandon and Mary in their place, especially Mary. More Mary than Brandon, because I guess she's got to be careful with Brandon because she's the one that pretty much, damage him, if you know what I mean. So yeah, very definitely got to tread carefully. But yeah, the way I'm looking at it is that Brandon's mom is still the same old useless mother that she's always been, in my opinion, personally, because she did her son no favors. Tell me otherwise. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.